Gentlemen, thank you for taking a break on your busy schedule, the life of a touring band now. How are we?
I'm good, thank you. How are you doing?
Oh, mate, I'm doing wonderful as always. And David, you look very excited, mate. How are we doing? We're going
Oh, dude,
walkabouts.
I'm excited. I'm jet lagged. jet lagged. Jet lagged. But yeah, it's been very good.
Well, obviously, David, you haven't. Naz, you're looking bright and chipper. Like any tricks to countering jet lag? Because I haven't figured it out yet in my 36 years on Earth. I'd be keen to know.
I don't think so. When we got back from Europe, I went to bed at like 4 a.m., woke up at 6 a.m., was not able to get any more sleep, and then we just went straight to work. So I think it's just having enough time to like enough of a buffer zone that you
Yeah.
can have a few days to just like realign yourself because there's no fixing it. I've tried every tip and trick and none of it works. It's just you just got to suffer.
That's a good point too. And I always on it like bands that ever tour. Like when we go over to Europe or people from Europe come over here, I'm like, man, they're not paid to play the shows. They're paid to sit on that plane the whole time. At the end of the day, that's what you guys have got to put
Yes.
up with.
Yeah.
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 But boys, enough about flights and jet lag. People are probably watching this going, what the fuck they're going on about? We're talking about the brand new EP that's dropping this Friday. You guys excited to get that out in the world?
Yes.
Yeah.
Very
Dude,
excited.
absolutely. We've been sitting on, like, we've been working on this, like, in the background for a while, and it's been really good. We're really proud of it. It's been a little bit of a thorn in our side. And, like, so we are happy that it is finally out. We're excited, and there's always this, like, sense of relief every time we get something out. So it's very happy.
Do you ever just sit there with the Dropbox link going, I could just release this right now? Like,
Yeah.
Yes, and it would be a lot of stress off our brains if we just leaked it, honestly. But you can't do it.
no, go on to those days. You can't blame it. So, yeah, you're not getting away with leaking it. Like, they'll find it. They'll find out who did.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But what are you most excited to show people? Because I've got to say, and I always pronounce the brand new track wrong, so I'm not even going to try. But that was a pleasant surprise. That took me off guard. Like, it's no stranger. You've done cleans before, but this was just done in a way that it kind of felt, I don't know, melancholy and dreamy at the same time. It was very different. Like, did that one come naturally, or was this something you kind of worked on to polish up? Because it is definitely a step forward for you guys.
I feel like that song actually probably came most naturally. So David sort of just smashed that out one day and was just like, I have this intention with this song. I want to like really create this feeling. Um, Wrote it, just passed it a couple times between him and Kofi just to add like some extra like pizzazz to it, just make it like it invoked that feeling a little bit more. And then once they like sent it on, it was such an easy song to, I guess, write vocals and lyrics to because it all came so smoothly and
Mm.
freely. It was just a song that we loved and like we're all super proud of. Like David and Kofi are super stoked about that song, and I was stoked as well. It's like I'm probably one of my proudest songs that we've created. And yeah, it came very naturally. So I think all those songs, sometimes it can feel a bit risky to sort of um, do something a little bit different. Because I guess like at the end of the day, our expertise would be heavy songs. We really do love heavy songs. That's pretty much a majority of what we listen to in the metal sphere. But it's also we come from backgrounds of listening to all different types of music and soft songs and love ballads. So it's something that just came super naturally to us. And I think the final product turned out really well. I'm really proud of us for that song.
Yeah, no, and you should be. Do you ever get the nerves of showing something like that? Because it's easy. You guys are you just fucking smash when you do heavy songs. I remember when Rain came out, it just feels like it's break down the whole track. Like it just hits you hard like a ton of bricks. So do you feel vulnerable at all? Do you get all the music videos coming out tomorrow? Do you fall into the trap of checking the YouTube comments?
A little bit, a
Yeah.
little bit. We do for like it's hard not to like look at the comments. We try to stay away from it the best that we can. We try to stay off I mean, there's that, there's Reddit, there's Facebook, there's Instagram. We try to like stay away from it because there's some positive, some negative stuff, mostly positive, like 99.9% positive. But we do try to stay away from it, but we do fall into the trap of like looking at it a little bit. But honestly, that song, like Naz said, it kind of came very naturally. I mean, the most of that song was done pretty much in like one session, one writing session of like, you know, a day or 2 days, and then passed between Kofi and myself. I would say there's probably other songs on the EP that we're a little bit more nervous about because they're almost like there's some other stuff that's a little bit more left field, whether it's a heavy song, whether it's a soft song that's like, I don't know, it can be a little bit more nerve-wracking. But Petrichor was like, we knew that we were stoked with that song straight away. And we're stoked with every song on the EP. Like we're very proud of the EP. It's just always a bit nerve-wracking.
What's worse, releasing a song for the first time or playing it for the first time?
Oh, I think that depends entirely on the song. So I will say, the Petrichor we knew would do well because we love it and it's just a fantastic song. But I feel like it's going to be more scary to play that live because it's a little bit more like vocally demanding and there's not a lot of room for screw ups. But then there's other songs on the EP which I'm like, I know we can play this really well and it's going to sound really good, but it's so left field that I'm worried about how people will perceive it or if people will even like it. So I don't know. Have you had a chance to run through the EP yet, or is that locked down?
It's been locked down. Affiliate didn't send me it, so I've only been able to listen to it how everyone else has been listening to it, which is a bit of a bummer. So I was going to ask, I was like, is there anything I should really look out for? Because it drops Friday, so I don't have to wait too long at all to hear it. So I'm quite excited for it because I've seen you guys live a couple of times now. I remember first coming across you guys with the it was the Amity Iceland Kills and all that show. Yeah. How was that tour actually? Because that was a big tour, and the last one with with Aaron in Amity as well. So it was kind of like a huge celebration and a goodbye at the same time.
Yeah, that was a gigantic tour. That was an opportunity that just came about so randomly. We had someone just reach out to someone on our team and just be like, sort of probing and be like, "How's Heavensgate doing?" They were like,
and we thought it was a joke. We thought it was a joke at the start too, because it was like April 2nd or something, and so we thought, like, as Ash got the email, and we thought, oh, Ash is in America. This is like April Fool's joke. Like, there's no way this is actually happening, and yeah, it did happen. We were very much a fish out of water with that one, and we learned a lot. That was crazy. That one.
Yeah. I think it comes back to like we mentioned this a lot within the band, but just like the imposter syndrome of sort of how well our music has been received from people and how, I guess, it's sort of like when you get an email just being like, oh, hey, Amity Affliction wants to take you on an arena tour. You're like, okay. Sure. Yeah, sure. Yeah. Us? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And then, you get the offer in the email and you're like, oh, this isn't a sick joke that all of our friends are playing on us.
Is that what led into the We Came as Romans tour that you've just kind of been on as well? Because you guys would have kind of hooked up with those boys on that show, right? Yeah.
Yeah, we on the Amity tour, we got pretty tight with the We Came as Romans guys. We were sharing a green room at least half of the time with those guys. So it's we got the opportunity with that. I think I can't remember how that came about, but there was either some talk with our management and then like some talk with Romans and stuff like that as well. We initially didn't have it, and then we did have it, and it was cool for that to come together as well. Those guys are great. I know they've given a leg up to some other bands getting out to Europe and the States as well. So they are they're very, very much about like helping other bands and using their platform to do that. And I think Amity are like that too. We're finding a lot of bands that are very keen to give back, which is super cool because we're about that in this band as well. Once we can get to that level, we want to do the exact same thing and give back as much as we can to something that is given a lot to us already in such a short period of time.
It's a beautiful thing to see, and I noticed a lot of the Aussie acts do it. I don't know if it's something that should be taken on more worldwide, actually, because there's so many times I've seen, like you guys, you were the openers in those shows. I remember, I'm old enough to remember seeing Parkway Drive at a PCYC in front of 20 people at the same time. So in Lithgow as well, of all places. So, middle of nowhere, it's kind of like those boys showing up. But it's kind of crazy now that Fast Track, I remember them Make Them Suffer was the opening band just 5 years ago for every tour. And now look at what they're doing. So it is a bit more of one of those snowball effects. As soon as you kind of get on this right, it's up to you guys to drop the ball at the end of the day. If you guys go, I don't want to go on this tour, I can't do that, then it will stop. But you're seeing it, it's coming up, you're appearing everywhere, you get more streams on Spotify. 65 monthly listeners now, and the EP's not even out yet. That's incredible, dude. So that's like, well done.
Yeah, we're very shocked and very grateful. It's been a nice surprise. So we're just very happy that people are resonating with the music at the end of the day.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, that's another thing we try not to look at the numbers on that stuff as well, because that fluctuates as well, and you can get stuck in this hell of like looking at numbers. And they mean something to an extent, but also not really as well. So it's like you got to take that with a grain of salt and try and keep your head screwed on properly and do the work as well.
Yeah.
You've got to do the work.
And as you said, if you drop the ball, like 65,000 monthly listeners is great, but if we stop making music for a period of time, that can drop down, and then it's just like you really need to keep going and keep active and just working on the next thing.
Yeah. But you've come in at a good time too, because you kind of know how it works. Like you mentioned, you got to keep releasing music. And that's a beautiful thing about EPs. I remember EPs back in the 80s and 90s where everything, and then in the 2000s it dropped off. I think because with like iTunes, people would buy the individual songs and that's how you listen to it. So it didn't matter if an album came out. People would just buy those songs. But now it's kind of like, well, do you want to show up in brand new metalcore, heavy hits, heavy metal playlists, extreme workout playlists? You've got to kind of slow drip and release. Is it ever annoying? Do you just wish you could go, geez, I just want to put out the thing and then we'll do it from there? Or are you learning to play the game a little bit at this point in time?
I would say actually no. I think we kind of enjoy making EPs and sort of like short form content just because of the fact that we're such a young band. I feel like even just over the period of EP1 releasing and then the singles and now to this, I feel like even though the elements have remained there of what we enjoy in music, like our tastes change all the time because there's so many amazing bands coming out and so much to draw inspiration from that it's just like we will be making an LP, but it's just been kind of nice to sort of encapsulate what we're loving in music and what we want to create in such short form content that we can just push out. Because obviously like an LP is something that's quite daunting to make, especially like a debut. So it's been kind of nice to just have EPs out and roll them out and just be like, okay, well that's out. Our music taste is changing already. So what are we going to do for the next release?
It's kind of cool when you think of it that way too, because you don't pigeonhole yourself into a sound. If you've spent like 3 years working on one album that's been done for 18 months, so many bands have finished their album 18 months before they get released. And you sit there just going, geez, I would change this, I change this, change this. But when you only got 5 songs, and that's benefit too, because you can play them all live. So many times when an LP first comes out, half those songs never get played live. It always tends to be my favorite when a band releases an LP. It's always my favorite song. They never fucking gets played. Yeah, it's always. I'm like, oh, this is definitely going to be a single. No, never happens. That's a beautiful thing as well. But before we go in that, I've got to mention, we've had a fun chat, but the EP, A Heart is a Heavy Burden, obviously means something to you guys. How'd you come up with that one?
Well, that is actually a reference from one of my favorite films of all time. And it just felt like a very fitting encapsulation of what we were going for lyrically and thematically. So obviously we've drawn a lot from personal experiences in all of our music. And it just felt fitting. It's more so just, I guess, the exploration of just relationships and life experiences that all surround just being human and just feeling these things and experiencing hurt and love and loss. And it was just, it felt like it just encapsulated that perfectly, to be completely honest.
No, beautiful. Well said. And I know people are going to ask in the comments, are you going to tell me the movie that it's from, or are we going to keep guessing?
It's a Studio Ghibli film. So
okay.
Out.
Be wrong, but she's religious with him, so she'll know straight away. So I'll go ask her. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. All right.
I'll let him figure it out. Can't give away all the sauce.
No, I appreciate it. Well, boys, I appreciate your time here today. Thank you, especially you, David. You've done well for someone who said he was so jet lagged, so I appreciate it. And you're just about to get on a plane anyway, so why get over the jet lag? You might as well just ride it all the way back over.
Exactly, dude. I thought I was fine. I thought I was like, yesterday I'm over the worst of it, and then I like fell asleep, and that just like it just ruined me. It ruined my sleep. And then I was like, great, we're still in hell. Well, doesn't matter. We'll be back in the US, flying out tomorrow. So it's exactly, we'll just roll with it.
Mate, jet lag is like leg day. The next day, you're like, no, that's fine. It's the day after it actually hits you. Yeah.
A few days after, and you just can't walk anymore. Yep.
Beautiful. Well, boys, best of luck on the tour. Can't wait for the EP to come out this Friday. I know I'll be streaming the fuck out of it. Well done once again. I'm sure I'll catch you boys down the road. Cheers, fellas.
Oh, yeah. Thank you for your time, man. Enjoy your day.